All right, we're in week 2 in our squat workout, the squat B workout. And what we're gonna just quickly go over the squat pattern. Squat pattern is ankles, knees, and hips, flexing and extending with a neutral spine. So the one pattern that the one skill that we need to build is being able to keep a neutral spine and then take that into some flexion and extension with the hips. And then also we're gonna add some rotation this time and some abduction, so moving the knee away from the center line. Then we're gonna put it all together into air squats and also probably some goblet squats. We'll throw that in there. So the first thing is that you're gonna come into this position right here onto your back. Now we can always work on hip extension and keeping a neutral spine as we increase load. But what I found too is that, and we said this before, hip flexion is super important, and being able to hold a neutral spine as you flex your hips, super important. Make sure your ankles are dorsiflexed, so toes towards the shin. Hold that position just a little bit, down to rest, come back up, press, press, press. Make sure that this is neutral. Make sure you're not using your chest or your neck. That will often happen if not everything is working right. Last time, press, neutral spine, neck can move, no chest. So that's some supine hip flexion. Next thing after that, we're gonna do the elevated roll. So many times people have, well, one thing is that I think we've already done the lower body segmental roll, which is this one. And then we can make that more fun or look a little bit more like exercise by pressing ourselves up into quadruped position and then just taking that leg and then moving the knee away from center, so abduct it, and then rotate it all the way over so that it touches the ground and back the other way. The idea is that what we want to do is make sure that hip joint can do the rotation that's necessary for a squat. We're going to follow that flow, or follow that thought in a little bit more by taking you into a shin box. Shin box is knee here, shin in front of you, and the shin over here, 90 degrees. And all we're going to do is just press yourself up here. Ideally, you can get into full hip extension, and then all we're going to do is come back to this position right here. So half kneeling, back to the top part of shin box, and back. And then we can make this flow and make it look, again, a little bit more like exercise. So you can come up here, half kneeling, rotate into a nice deep squat, because that's what you're practicing for. Half kneeling again, back to shin box, and then go back. Now remember, for the shin box, you don't want to lean forward like this. For sure, you don't want to get your torso nice loose. Keep it upright, because this is the position we're going to squat into. Now what this is telling me is there's something going on with this right hip that's not super stable. So if I was doing this in my own workout, I might want to stick onto this one here. Make sure this hip is nice and straight. Spin a little bit more on it. And then come down. So I need to have some work to do on that one. That's just the way it is. And then we're going to take that into a nice deep air squat You might have to assist with this maybe into a door jam or something. But you can have a movable door jam with a nice light little kettlebell like this. So take this kettlebell underneath your chin, pull it out this way, rotate it a little bit that way, so that your back is nice and straight. Remember, shoulders, when they're stable, help the hips flex and extend. So again, this is really an assistance. We're not really strength training with this. We're using it as a prop to tighten our body and take this into a nice deep squat. Notice this doesn't change position too much, hopefully. And those are 4 exercises that you can do to get your squat pattern dialed in.